All right, it's your boy Smooth. Back with another video. We on the YouTube thing. So just finished watching Doctor Strange, the multiverse. What is the
Multiverse of Madness?
Multiverse of Madness and stuff. So been waiting on this, been anticipating this, because we seen a little bit of the multiverse in Spider-Man, Man 3 and stuff. So I'm like, this right here about to be incredible. They about to really be in the multiverse. I'm like, Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch is gonna team up. They're gonna be going through different multiverses, saving people, kicking ass and taking names and stuff. It didn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that. Scarlet Witch, she was the villain. Damn.
They kind of set that up in WandaVision, though.
Yeah, but I thought she was gonna catch a hate. I thought it was gonna be a little different, man. It was not exactly what I expected, man. Like, America Chavez, her introduction was just like out the blue. Like, where you come from? Just she's here.
Yeah, so that's what threw me off with it being a 2-hour movie.
Being a 2-hour movie, man. Like I was expecting like be a 2.5-hour movie, and it was gonna have so much stuff, so many guest appearances. They was gonna have. They had a good little bit of guest appearances, but I was expecting like so many different multiverses. And having like so many like little small distinct things. I was expecting to see the Iron Man, Tom Cruise and stuff like that. We seen Illuminati. They kind of said that they was gonna have Illuminati or whatever in there. But that was one of my favorite parts of the Illuminati, because they had.
I don't think they squeezed as much as they could have in it. I was expecting a little more out of it.
I think the issue was Scott Derrickson, who's also a horror director. I would have liked to see his version of it, because like he's like a real horror, where Sam Raimi does horror, but his horror always has comedy.
It's a Marvel movie and stuff. It ain't gonna be like super dark, but it was horror vibes and stuff.
It did
have
have horror vibes to it.
like with a little slight like love story or whatever. But it was Sam Raimi. Hey, he did the first 3 Spider-Mans and stuff, man. But something about him, motherfucker, we had some cheesiness. Man, they had some cheesy shit, man. The nigga throwing music notes at each other and shit. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, I was
I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah.
That shit reminded me of, we seen the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man whenever they was fighting with Electro and they had the music playing, they was fighting to the beat. And that shit flopped. We didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see him fighting with no music notes.
Yeah.
That was corny as hell, man.
And that's why I say I would have rather kind of see Scott Derrickson come back for the sequel.
Yeah, man.
I like Sam Raimi, but his horror always has a comedy.
Man, they had some good, man, coming off the heels of Spider-Man. And then, man, it did like a Doctor Strange, you know, like even the first Doctor Strange, like the special effects and stuff was, the special effects in here was nice, but man, I think like Spider-Man was better than that. Like just a little scene where Spider-Man was fighting Doctor Strange and it was falling through and everything was going. I thought that was better than anything that they showed in this Doctor Strange.
That one special effect where they went through all the universes, that was bomb.
That was
cold. That was cold right there.
They did have a comic book part. I couldn't really see it that good though. When they went through one universe and it was all comic books.
I seen it.
They had some good stuff, man. But this, I was expecting. I was like, this gonna rival Spider-Man. Right. I was like, Marvel is on their ish, and they about to knock them out the park back to back. And this one, it fell short of expectations, man.
I guess I'm not as disappointed, because once I saw that it was Sam Raimi, like
I'm not saying it's whack. I ain't disappointed. Like, man, this shit trash, but just
from what it was supposed to be, because what we saw in that first Strange from Scott Derrickson. Sam Raimi, like I said, I love him from Evil Dead and all of that. All the Spider-Man except for 3. Dancing Pete Parker can go.
And that's how cheesy this was, man. They had a lot of that bull issue here.
So he adds a lot of cheese. They did bring my boy Bruce Campbell in. That's the only spoiler I'm gonna give away.
I'll give you another spoiler. My favorite part is Patrick Stewart. Whenever they show Patrick, I was like, yeah, because Patrick Stewart, he's a legend in the business, man. That old man, he Picard, on Star Trek and stuff. They didn't kill him so many goddamn times. The Phoenix killed him. And Wolverine, Logan, they killed him. Didn't they kill him? Well, that's a big spoiler alert. They kill him on Doctor Strange, dude. They kill him. I ain't gonna say the other one, but hopefully he reprises this character in future Marvel movies. But yeah, but overall number value, I give this.
You going 1 to 10, or you going? What you doing?
I'm gonna go 1 to 10 on mine. Me, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm gonna give it a 7.5, man. And it's not bad, but that's a bad rating for me. For me to give it a 7.5, because I'm using 8, 9, 10 or something. So 7.5 is kind of bad for me. But it just, expectations where I thought it was and stuff, and just the cheesiness and stuff, it just, even the ending didn't quench my thirst and stuff. Like the ending gave me a bitter taste in my mouth, man.
Yeah.
7.5 out of 10. That's me.
Yeah, I guess I'd go like an 8. Because like I wasn't disappointed once I seen who directed it. I guess we were just so hyped from Spider-Man, and like I try not to make all the movies I try not to match them up with the same expectations.
Hey,
so
you Marvel, your expectations is already. Now if it was Sony, you ain't had no expectations. But if you Marvel, Disney, or whatever, your expectations already, you gotta knock it out the park. This right here was it was a grounder, and they rounded to second base, and it was going to third, but then they turned back and they went back to second. this no home run right here. What you got, slow mo? We got our nerd opinions being Zuma Marvel heads and being more casual or something. You get the more casual viewpoint of what was your rating, since you don't know like every little comic book nuance and stuff like that.
Just being honest, my rating was exactly the same as yours, like a 7.5. Giving it a 7.5 being because it just wasn't as big of a movie. I don't know, like, you know how like the last Spider-Man had that huge feel, you know, like this is really big. To me, it didn't really give off that. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, the graphics were probably better than you'll see on a lot of movies. The acting was great in the movie. So, you know, if you're not comparing it to the best Marvel movies, it's still a good movie overall. So,
yeah, it's definitely something. If you watch Marvel movies and stuff, and you got to go see this, and see where it goes and what it might lead to in other events or whatever.
And it's not the worst Marvel movie out of the MCU.
I think it's up there with the upper echelons, but it's not up there with like the last Thor, with Guardians of the Galaxy, with Spider-Man. Well, the last Spider-Man, Avengers is not up there, but it's in the upper realms of Marvel cinema.
Right.
But that's thoughts, man. Time to go try to get something to eat or whatever, and all that. But like, comment, subscribe, be a grand to the most hated. Peace out.
Right.